Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Caitlin Self, licensed nutritionist and food blogger behind Frugal Nutrition. On my channel, I share healthy and affordable recipes and nutrition tips. Today we are making a simple sheet pan dinner with just 3 main ingredients. To keep this one really fast and simple, we're using boneless, skinless chicken thighs and pre-cut broccoli florets and pre-cut butternut squash. This comes to about $11.20 for the whole recipe or $2.80 per serving. If you have more time and you want to save money, you can always buy a few broccoli heads and a whole butternut squash. Just know cutting up and prepping a full butternut squash will definitely increase the prep time. I'll also share some other affordable ways to bulk up this recipe that don't require cutting up your own butternut squash, but we'll get to that at the end. Let's get started with the recipe. This sheet pan dinner requires 2 sheet pans, which we call half sheet pans. I'll link to them in the description box below. They're actually larger than what a lot of people use in their homes, but you can use whatever you have. I like to line my sheet pans with either a silicone mat or parchment paper. If using parchment paper, I like to scrunch it up first and then lay it out flat onto the sheet pan. This helps prevent it from rolling up when it's time for you to add your food. Even though we're using pre-cut vegetables here, I like to break up the larger pieces of broccoli into smaller florets. Then I pile everything up in the middle, I add the oil and spices, and I toss it together with my hands. Once I've spread it out, if I notice that the broccoli is a little too crowded, I'll remove a few handfuls. This way, what you're going to end up with is roasted broccoli rather than steamed broccoli. So you can take those handfuls and place them on another sheet pan, or you can cook them in batches, or you can just save them for later. Repeat this process with your butternut squash. Just dump it all together in the middle, add your spices and your oil, and toss it together. Now for this sheet pan, we're going to put the chicken on the same pan as the butternut squash. So spread the butternut squash out to the edges of the sheet pan, and then you can place your chicken thighs in the middle, and then go ahead and season them. Bake both sheet pans in a 400-degree oven for about 30 minutes, or until the chicken thighs are cooked through and all of the vegetables are done to your liking. I prefer chicken thighs for this recipe because they are much more forgiving. It's a lot harder to overcook dark meat because of the higher fat content, so that's what I prefer to use. You could definitely use chicken breasts in this recipe, but just keep in mind that they'll probably be done in only about 20 minutes, so they'll cook faster than everything else. So you'll want to either put them on their own sheet pan or remove them from the tray after about 20 minutes of cooking. I love how simple and straightforward this meal is. I think it's especially great when you're coming home to an empty house, maybe after you've been away on vacation, and you just need to make sure you can buy a few ingredients and get something on the table pretty quickly. However, I know that it's kind of a lighter meal, and I'll often bulk it up. There are a few ways that you can do this. I love to serve it over quinoa with maybe a dollop of hummus, but it also pairs well with arugula or a can of black beans. You can also roast these vegetables and the chicken and then use them as a base for tacos, salad, or lettuce wraps. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and you feel inspired to whip up something similar in your own kitchen. I've got the recipe linked in the description box below if you'd like to see the full blog post. If you like this video, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and leave a comment below letting me know what other simple recipes you'd like to see. I'll see you in the next video. I'll also share some other affordable ways to bulk up this recipe that don't require. I'll also share some other